Thank you kindly. You may now be seated. And we will commence today's proceedings by inviting Reverend Barrington Bailey, pastor of the Covenant Moravian Church and the president of the Moravian Church in Jamaica and the Cayman Islands, to do our invocation. Feel free to give him a round of applause.
Distinguished guests, awardees, and all members of the Jamaica Teachers Association, good morning. It is indeed an honor to be here sharing in this occasion. We gather here today to celebrate and recognize the outstanding contributions of our educators who have dedicated their lives to the noble cause of teaching. I would like to share a verse from the book of Proverbs that speaks to the importance and impact of education. Proverbs 22 verse 6 states, "Train up a child in the way he should go. Even when he is old, he will not depart from it." This verse reminds us of the enduring influence teachers have on their students, shaping not only their academic journeys, but also their character and future paths. I invite you to bow your heads with me as we go to God in prayer. Almighty God, our dear Heavenly Father, we come to your throne of grace with grateful hearts. We thank you for this day and all that it holds in your grace for us. Today we acknowledge and thank you for the dedication and hard work of the awardees we honor today. We ask that you continue to bless and guide them as they inspire and educate the minds of tomorrow. Grant them wisdom, strength, and renewed passion for their vocation. We lift up the entire education sector before you, Lord. The various levels of the education system in Jamaica: kindergarten, infant, primary and high schools, colleges, and universities. May your guidance and wisdom be with the educators, administrators, and all those who support the learning process. Lord, we pray for the Minister of Education, the State Minister in Education, the Shadow Minister, the Opposition, the General Secretary. Grant them vision, integrity, and the ability to lead with fairness and compassion. May their decisions be guided by your wisdom to benefit all students and educators in our nation. We lift up the education officers, the JTA president and all its members. May they be filled with your guidance as they support and advocate for the needs of educators. Give them the strength to lead with courage and the wisdom to make decisions that uplift the educational community. Father, we pray for all administrators and their staff. Bless their efforts as they manage and operate our educational institutions. Provide them with the patience, understanding, and the resources they need to create environments where students can thrive. Lord, we pray for the parents and students. May parents and guardians and all who have the care of our nation's children be supportive and engage in their children's education. And may students be eager to learn and grow. Help them to overcome challenges and to recognize the value of their education. Father, we pray for all stakeholders in the education sector. May there be a spirit of collaboration and unity among all involved. Help us all to work together for the betterment of our educational system and the future of our children. Gracious Lord, we bring before you the children of our nation. We ask for your divine protection and guidance over their lives. Shield them from neglect, abuse, and harm of any kind. Guard them against the forces of darkness and the power of evil. Protect them from the negative influences of the internet and social media. Bless their mental capacity and help them to grow in wisdom and understanding. Keep them safe from all evil and violent men and women. Surround them with your love and care, and guide them on the path of righteousness. May they grow and become responsible, compassionate, and godly individuals who contribute positively to society. We thank you, Lord, for your continued blessings and guidance. May your grace be with us as we strive to educate, inspire, and uplift the next generation. Bless these proceedings. We pray in your holy name. Amen. Amen.
The Honorable Stedman Fuller, Custos Rotalorum of Kingston, will not be with us today, and therefore we recognize Councillor Andrew Swaby, Mayor of Kingston and St. Andrew, the Honorable Marcia Smith, State Minister in the Ministry of Education and Youth, Senator Damian Crawford, Opposition Spokesman on Education and Training, the Assistant General Manager, banking operations from the Jamaica Teachers Association Cooperative Credit Union, Mrs. Lisa Taylor. Mr. Wilton South, General Manager of Tip Friendly Society. Our President, Mr. Leighton Johnson. Our President-elect, Mr. Mark Smith. Our Secretary General, Dr. Mark Nicely. You see, I get confused with the marks sometimes. Other distinguished ladies and gentlemen, awardees, members of staff, members of the media, or IT team, all here present and in the virtual space, good morning. The passage of Hurricane Beryl teaches many important lessons, but primarily it teaches the resilience of the Jamaican spirit. We are able to celebrate amidst adversity. And many of our awardees today, when they started over 35 years ago, had no plans for today. Their only intent was to contribute to the edification of Jamaica's children. A job they did splendidly. Today, we are here to celebrate with them. We are here to celebrate those years that you toiled without seeking recognition. Those years you toiled, making sure that you got to one child year after year. On behalf of a grateful nation, I wish to say thank you. I also want to indicate that the Jamaica Teachers Association started this award in 1991 during the presidency of the JTA. I shall ensure that his name is called properly. We lovingly call him the JTA Pooper. Mr. Ray Howell has been with us for all these years. And the awards have been presented since 1993, and they are to recognize persons who have given over 35 years of service to education in Jamaica. It is indeed the award for nation builders. And I want to commend those persons who will be in receipt of it today. At this point, I'll move the program along by inviting Councillor Andrew Swaby, Mayor of Kingston and St. Andrew, to bring greetings. Let's give him a round of applause. His Worship the Mayor.
Thank you. Having gone through the protocol, I would just say good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinguished pleasure to have been invited here today to bring greetings at this prestigious event. Teaching is one of the most noble professions that has ever existed. Despite the many challenges in the profession, teaching remains the bedrock of our society. Being a teacher has never been easy, and in today's society where the moral fiber continues to be eroded, your love for and dedication to teaching has no doubt been tested. For this, the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation joins the Jamaica Teachers Association and the rest of Jamaica in thanking you for your service and profound impact on our lives. Many of you are among the unsung heroes of this nation. Back in my days, teachers were regarded with the highest of esteem, so much so that even adults, whenever they saw our teachers, it brought back a feeling of nostalgia. Personally, regardless of the setting, I always feel like a student when I'm in the presence of my former teacher. And little did I know that one of you would be here today. Ladies and gentlemen, 35 years is a long time to serve in any one profession. It demonstrates love for the profession, care for students, and most of all, the commitment to nation building. In recent times, many of our teachers have expanded their reach and have gone to teach in other jurisdictions. As you know, Jamaican teachers are in high demand. Today, on behalf of the KCMC, I take the pleasure in saying thanks to you, all our teachers who have been nominated to this prestigious award. I will not stop there. I love to express my heartfelt gratitude to each and every teacher who have helped to guide, to motivate, and teach our children. Your contribution as a teacher have not gone unnoticed. While we understand that no amount of money or award can compensate you for your invaluable service you have provided, we'll continue to sing praises and to encourage you to continue giving yourself in the service of our nation. Learning is a lifelong journey, one that begins at birth and never ends. Therefore, we'll continue to depend on our teachers to teach, inspire, and enlighten us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor Swaby. Colleagues, the person I'm going to call next is a friend of the teacher. We met her first in her role as the junior minister in finance, and she was sent over to education because of her love and affinity for teachers. We are hoping that she will take the message of assistance back to the Ministry of Finance when we go there next. At this point, I would want to invite the Honorable Marcia Smith, State Minister in the Ministry of Education and Youth, to bring greetings.
You know, in another lifetime, we'd call it setup, right? But I know that the protocols have been established, but for me, the most important part of a greeting is the actually singling out of persons, and to wish you very well a good morning when we come together to celebrate excellence and service and all that is good in our country and in our Jamaica land that we love. I am bringing greetings this morning on behalf of the Honorable Favour Williams, the Minister of Education and Youth, who is unable to be here due to overseas commitments, but she sends her best regards, and she wishes for all our teachers who are being honored today to take home with them her kind sentiments. Mr. Clayton Hall, Master of Ceremonies for today's proceedings. The Mayor of Kingston, Councillor Andrew Swaby, who speaks to the importance of teachers and children, and I had the honor of meeting Mayor Swaby at an event for the protection of children. Senator Damian Crawford, the opposition spokesperson on education, and Reverend Barrington Daly, who led us to the throne of grace and reminding us the importance of training our children in the way that they should go. Mr. Leighton Johnson, the president of the Jamaica Teachers Association, and the president-elect, Mr. Mark Smith, and other past presidents who are in our midst, in particular Mr. Hoyle, for who we know that this initiative would have started and lived on for more than 30 years. Dr. Mark Nicely, our Secretary General. And I wish to take note of our honored guests. I have not forgotten you, Mrs. Lisa Taylor of the JTA Cooperative Credit Union, because you are indeed honored to be here, and also Mr. Wilton South of the Tip Friendly Society. Mention was made of Hurricane Beryl, and I wish to indicate that our Permanent Secretary, Dr. Kassan Troop, and our Acting Chief Education Officer, Ms. Terrian Thomas Gale, will join us during the course of the proceedings today. They're actually in meetings trying to deal with the response of the ministry to the pressing needs that have been created in our ecosystem due to the passage of Hurricane Beryl. So if you see them coming late, they're coming in late because they have been working at getting us ready for September. I feel so good to be here, and I'm going to tell you why. My mother is also an awardee. Yes! I personally know what it means to a teacher and to a teacher's family to see that torch award given that place of prominence in the family home. And so my own mother was awarded in July of 2000, and I believe that day was the 4th of July. And I look at that award ever so often because I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her service to her community and her nation. And I know that the children of teachers, of which I am a proud one, we feel a sense of pride when we can say that our mothers, our fathers were truly impactful in the lives of where it mattered, our children. And so for over 3 decades, the JTA Golden Torch Awards have illuminated the extraordinary dedication of our educators. Over 7,000 torches have been lit, and these torches have represented a staggering wealth of knowledge and patience and passion poured into the minds and the hearts of our young people. Today, we are honoring a new class of luminaries, educators who for over 35 years have faithfully carried the torch of education. I was remembering the Cassie Tracoli song that we used to sing a lot a couple years ago, Take Your Candle, Go Light Your World. It was very popular about 15 years ago. Sung everywhere, sung in churches, sung in schools, to remind our children that there's a light inside of them and they need to let it shine. So you have nurtured curiosity, instilled critical thinking, and shaped the futures of countless minds. And I just want to remind you of a couple of our own athletes who have spoken about the importance of their teachers in their journey or the race of life. We're heading towards the Olympics, and all of us are going to be glued to our TVs looking at the sprints. And we're going to remember the accolades of Usain Bolt and Shelley Ann Fraser. And these 2 athletes that we revere so much in our country, they speak to the dedication of their teachers in that journey. Usain Bolt speaks to his physical education teacher, Dwayne Barrett, and he credits him for recognizing his sprinting potential and encouraging him to pursue it. And our dear Shelley Ann Fraser Price, even when she was still quite tiny, of which she still is, her teacher, Miss Hudson, recognized her talent and gave her the opportunity to develop her skills. And I'd go a little further. Sumfest is coming up, so we're talking about music. And our own Bob Marley, the legendary reggae musician for whom the world has come to know and love, his music teacher, Rita Foster, recognized his musical talent and encouraged him to form his first band, the Wailers. And these are just 3 stories. There are many, many, many more. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we celebrate your unwavering commitment, You are the embodiment of the JTA motto, service first. And you are the golden threads woven into the rich tapestry of Jamaican education. You know, I did a very quick count. I know there are over 180 of you being awarded today. And when you multiply that minimum number by 35 years, we have gone into 6,300 years. Millenniums. Millennium. You see how important you are. You straddle the epochs of history. And so, congratulations again to you, the class of 2024. Yes, the class of 2024, a special year, a leap year, because we know that in leap years, extraordinary things usually take place. So may your torches continue to inspire the generations to come. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it would be remiss of me not to also have a teacher being awarded today. Since the previous two speakers could identify individuals to whom they would bestow great honor, I just want to indicate that my teacher, hi, Ms. Gruber, is also here to be honored. We will move swiftly and invite Senator Damian Crawford, Opposition Spokesman on Education and Training. And I will ask him not to come very quickly after the minister.
Thank you very much. I was a little worried because I don't have a musical item as would Wilma's Boys. So I want to make sure that that is not my duty. I would like to stand on the protocols that have been observed, but because the minister has indicated that she prefers to be acknowledged, I would love to acknowledge the minister herself and to say thank you also for the service that you are doing at the Ministry of Education. I commented on how lovely her locks was looking this morning. She put my locks to shame. And she said, as it should be, so I'll take that. I'll take that. But I know it's not easy, and I thank you for your service. So all the others that have been already acknowledged, I too acknowledge you. And of course, to those who are being awarded today, thank you very much. It is my dream that we can one day say, like they do in the United States to the soldiers, thank you for your service. That every single time we see a teacher, that should be the greeting. And many people wouldn't understand why this is so, because in the United States, America's dominance is based on their world impact by their army. It is not our fight to fight other countries. It is really our fight to fight misinformation and under-education. So in Jamaica, our army is mostly our teachers. In preparation, therefore, I Googled why it is they say thank you for your service. They say, firstly, because the United States survival is based on the strength of their army. And those who are not in the army recognize the importance of the army to their survival. We in Jamaica should recognize, firstly, the importance of this army of teachers to our survival. When I was preparing this speech, I never knew I'd get so much yes, but I'll take it. And the truth is that you're fighting on many fronts. You're fighting on the front of a culture of violence and criminality. You're fighting on the front of a culture of dunceness, to the point that we have moved only from dunce to now fully dunce. And you're also fighting on the front of poverty. I would not want teachers here for 35 years to count how many lunches they have bought for students who did not have a meal on the day. Every time you feel like you're broke, I can imagine some of you count up that money to say, boy, had we. But many of our students are incapable to eat, to the point that research has shown that approximately 25 to 30% of Jamaican children arrive at school hungry. Not get hungry at school, but arrive at school hungry. You're also fighting on the front of a lack of resources, which is what differentiates this army from the US Army, because they don't have a lack of resources. I did my own mathematical calculations, and the $17,000 given to secondary school over 10 months, that's $170. That's $1,700 a month. And over 20 days in a month, that's $85 per day. And the $10,000 given to primary school will then be about $50 per day. One should recognize $10,500. So therefore, if you look at those funding, $85 per day cannot buy the $10,000 groceries that they expect us to come back with. And that is the unfortunate reality that you are fighting on, to why you should always be thanked for your service. The second reason they say thanks for the service is because it is a measure of patriotism in the United States. And the demand for our teachers, for which I will never quarrel with a teacher that takes an opportunity that is provided to them. Jamaica is the only country that prays remittance and cost migration. I don't understand the connection between it. But for those who stay, I'll always be grateful. My gratitude exists for those who choose to stay. And it is a choice because the demand is so great. I've seen many try to put the failings of the education system on our teachers. And I said, then the world don't know that they're incapable, because the world wants them. If our teachers were incapable, then why would the world be seeking to carry those teachers over? But as I said, if you give me $85 to go to the supermarket and want $1,000 grocery, it's difficult for $1,000 to be carried. So therefore, those who choose to stay, not one, not two, not 20, but as the minister said, 6,000 years in combination in this room, and affecting about 200 lives per year. So you can imagine we're now at 6,000 times 10, that's 60,000 times 10, that's 600,000 times 2. We're gone 1.2 million. That is a number of lives that this room has impacted, has affected, has motivated, in spite of the many challenges that this army faces. So things like these should always be encouraged, and your families should always be also thanked for their sacrifice. Many a weekends you're there. I can imagine the PEP teachers when they're there on the weekends. And in my time, we did what you call common entrance. And the teachers would be equally depressed if a name was not in the newspaper at the time, as if they were the ones that took the exam. But many a Saturdays, many afternoons, I know you have committed and sacrificed your own family to be there. So I joined the minister. I joined the pastor, who has highlighted the other front of technology and the distractions of technology and the influences, negative influences. I joined the mayor. I joined the JTA, who is fighting a good fight. I must congratulate the JTA. I know every time you get a punch, people say you sell out, but the fight that you're fighting is not easy. I also joined the ministry, who is doing all they can to say thank you, and I hope that we'll have many, many a day to celebrate many, many more who have stayed the course and contributed to this army. Thank you, and good afternoon.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the mathematical calculations done by Senator Damian Crawford were simply missing a multiplication factor. He got to a number, but didn't include X. And it is factual that over the years, you would have taught many students. And the fact that those students are also teachers and continue to teach other students, it is a multiplication factor that was not considered. Right, Ms. Gruber? The students I teach are actually, I don't know what that relation would be. Grand students of Ms. Gruber. So we are clear to the multiplication. I will also at this point invite Mr. Shamar Morrison, student from the Woolmer's Boys School, to do an item. Just an item. I'm not sure what the item is. An item. Let's give him a round of applause. Yes. He'll get here. He was taught by a teacher. I think I should stay here, and if I know the song, I'll do the vocal accompaniment. Oh, all right. I will endorse the 2 words that form the title of that song. And I sincerely hope that the other 2 speakers will split the bill in ensuring that we are able to do that for as long as we... This is a Friday evening, you know. Well, by the time we end, it will be Friday evening. And for those of you who are not driving home, I invite you to join me somewhere. I'll invite, in this order, Mrs. Lisa Taylor, Assistant General Manager for Banking and Operations of the Jamaica Teachers Association Cooperative Credit Union, and she will be followed by Mr. Wilton South, General Manager of Tip Friendly Society, and I believe they have deep enough pockets to help us. Taylor.
Good morning, everyone. Mr. Clayton Hall, Chairman, Councillor Andrew Swaby, Mayor of Kingston and St. Andrew, the Honorable Marcia Smith, State Minister in the Ministry of Education and Youth, Senator Damian Crawford, Opposition Spokesman on Education and Training. Well, I can't greet myself, so I will go on to Mr. Wilton South, General Manager of Tip Friendly Society, JTA President, Mr. Leighton Johnson, President-elect, Mr. Mark Smith, Secretary General, Dr. Mark Nicely, distinguished guests, other distinguished guests, and awardees, to whom many are familiar to me, I greet you, and good morning. Now, before I get into my speech, I'll address the chairman. Until he made his clarification on what 2 words he was acknowledging, I thought it was the hardworking people that he was referring to. That's what I acknowledge. Okay, so on behalf of the entire JTA Credit Union family, I wish to extend congratulations to all the awardees here today. It is truly heartwarming to see all of you who have made the teaching profession what I'll call a lifelong career choice and have played your part in building our great nation, Jamaica. I deem it an immense honor to join in this celebration year after year in recognition of your incredible dedication and your unwavering commitment to our children and our future. Now, to be a Golden Touch awardee means that you are seasoned gardeners who have tirelessly nurtured young seedlings into blooming flowers. Each lesson taught, each word of encouragement, each moment of patience and kindness has been like a drop of water, a ray of sunlight that fosters growth and unlocks potential. And I must say I'm a benefactor of a lot of patience from my teachers. As Nelson Mandela once said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the whole world. Now, I suspect that teaching others isn't easy, and it is not for the faint of heart. The profession has become especially difficult over the past few years, with the learning environment changing, becoming more complex, more digital, which has placed even more demands on you and especially your nerves. And yet you remain committed to the task, focused on becoming and being consummate professionals regardless. That is why it's so necessary and important to put the spotlight on you this day, who have given decades, 3.5 decades and more of service to the teachers, to our children and our nation. I must commend the Jamaica Teachers Association and their hardworking team. I see them running around, and they must have been running around for months in preparation for this, event. They must be commended for this initiative that does put the spotlight on our long-serving teachers, and they do it faithfully year after year. Indeed, the association has, in so doing, distinguished itself as arguably the best and strongest professional association in the nation. And I think they deserve an applause for that. Remember, the opposition minister spokesperson tell you it's not easy, to negotiate on behalf of teachers and to really straddle that middle line there. At JTA Credit Union, we are so happy that we don't have to negotiate on your behalf, but we are happy to serve your financial goals. And we acknowledge your profound influence as educators and the influence you have on our society. For 65 years, we have stood by you, our educators, offering unwavering support to you with a range of financial services designed to meet your unique needs. We are passionate about what we do and our purpose, which is to empower those who empower others. You are the foundation upon which our future is built. And this is said time and time again, and it might sound cliche, but it is true and must be said at every opportunity. You are just as you have transformed lives through education, the JTA Credit Union has stood by its promise to transform lives through financial empowerment. Our mission is to ensure that you have the support and resources you need to continue making a difference while you're on the job, sacrificing so much. We have helped you to achieve some of the big things in life as well as some of the small things in life, and we plan to do much more in the coming years. JTA Credit Union have been supporting Jamaican educators for decades, and we plan to keep supporting our educators right into the foreseeable future. In closing, I'd like to share with you the words from a Chinese proverb which says, if you are planting for a year, then sow rice. It's planning. If you are planning for a decade, then plant trees. If you are planning for a lifetime, educate people. You, our Golden Torch Awardees, are planning for centuries. Your level of commitment and dedication is an inspiration not just to your colleagues, your teacher colleagues, but also to us as all Jamaicans. The JTA Credit Union warmly salutes you on this your very special day, and you look like, indeed, you know it's a special day for you. All the tributes and recognition that you will receive today are well deserved. It has been 35 years and more in the making. Enjoy, and I thank you.
Mr. Clayton Hall, Master of Ceremonies, Reverend Barrington Daly, who brought some sanctimonious blessings, Miss Marsha Smith, State Minister in the Ministry of Education, Councillor Andrew Swaby, Mayor of the KSAMC, Mr. Damian Crawford, Opposition Spokesman on Education and Training, Mrs. Lisa Taylor, Assistant GM, JTA Credit Union, Mr. Leighton Johnson, JTA President, Dr. Mark Smith, President-elect, JTA, esteemed educators, other specially invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. You know, I don't have enough words to speak good things about the teachers. My vocabulary is very limited. So I've gone on the internet and I've looked at what great people have said about education. And of course, it redounds that educators are also involved. So I bring you greetings from Tip Friendly Society, your partner in educating our children. And the first person I will speak of, one of those great leaders, is Malcolm X. And what he said is that education is a passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. It is with great honor and heartfelt gratitude that I extend my warmest congratulations to each of you who is being celebrated for your remarkable service of 35 years and beyond. 35 is a special number. Miranda Creative, in her article titled 35, A Year to Thrive, states that for those who embrace numerology, 35 is the value applied to a combination of creativity and business acumen. If you are more spiritually inclined, 35 means you are in a state of grace with divine forces guiding you through the times of change. And indeed, you may already have shifted into your time of change. You have either retired or you're on your way there. So, Ezra Benson expressed that if you really want to receive joy and happiness, then serve others with all your heart. Lift their burden, and your own burden will be lifted. This is how TIP sees its role, and we can assure you that we will continue on this path. We are committed to partnering with the JTA to treat with our teachers wherever they are, whenever it comes to us. We are always there, willing, and I must say able. So, Mr. Hall, I heard you. I know the JTA will provide the bulk, and we will chip in. Your unwavering dedication, passion, and commitment to education and shaping the minds of future generations is truly commendable and deeply appreciated. You have shaped many of our teachers. Yes, teachers who are sitting there were shaped to become teachers by your teacher. Doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs, CEOs, etc., who are out in the world today making it a better place for us. Nelson Mandela told us that, and I quote, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." It took an educator to mold all of us here today into the successful men and women sitting in this auditorium. As a past educator myself, don't I look like an educator? I first-handedly understand the hard work, strong will, and understanding that comes with the job. No ordinary Joe can withstand the career of grooming our nation's children to be the best that they can be, to strive for the greatness that lies within them, to work hard and reap the fruit of their labor. We all believe that the children are the future, and that is why we are here to celebrate this magnificent milestone, because without you, as their educators, they are rudderless. And as Henry B. Adams reminds us, a teacher affects eternity. He can never tell where his influence stops. As you reach this significant milestone, we acknowledge not only your professional achievements, but also your trust in tip-friendly society as your partner in financial well-being. Your continued membership over the years has been invaluable. We are grateful for the opportunity to support you throughout our range of savings, insurance, and loan services. And we take pride in being a part of your journey. Thank you for your enduring service and for choosing Tip-Friendly Society. We are committed to continue to serve you with the highest level of dedication and excellence. Have a wonderful day.
I was getting a little concerned. If Mr. South was a man of little words, I would not want to be here if he had many. Obviously, our two last speakers missed the call. The song, Madam Taylor, begins with the two words, "Let's drink." And I don't know if you can pay for hardworking people. That is why I asked for the drinks. We are hoping that our entertainer, Mr. Shamar Morrison, will find another fitting tribute that will encourage you, not just to tip us, but to provide drinks. And we won't complain if we get a little bickle, just a little bickle. I promise that I could have done a beautiful rendition. You know that word? Rendition. Yes. But because you don't trust me, I will proceed. At this time, we will invite our president. Mr. Leighton Johnson has come to the post at a time when we needed his steady hand. Let us invite him to give his remarks.
Mr. Clayton Hall, host of this morning's function, Reverend Barrington Daly, Councillor Andrew Fuller, Mayor of the KSAMC, the Honorable Marcia Smith, State Minister in the Ministry of Education and Youth, Senator the Honorable Damian Crawford, Opposition Spokesperson on Education and Training, President-elect Mr. Mark Smith, Secretary General Dr. Mark Nicely and Mrs. Nicely, past presidents of the Jamaica Teachers Association, Mrs. Lisa Taylor, Assistant General Manager, Banking Operations of the JTA Co-op Credit Union, Mr. Wilton South, General Manager of Tip Friendly Society, distinguished colleagues of 35 years and beyond, other specially invited guests who are in our company and perhaps viewing online, good morning. For 6 decades, the Jamaica Teachers Association has positioned itself as an advocate for teacher development and welfare. This prestigious awards ceremony is not just an association in recognizing our teachers, but it also serves as a testament of the unwavering commitment, dedication, and the impact these remarkable individuals have had on our nation, those who have served the field of education for 35 years and beyond. As we pay tribute to these exceptional educators, let us take a moment to reflect on the vital roles they have played in shaping the lives of countless students, molding them into responsible citizens and future leaders. It is through their unwavering perseverance, the passion of our teachers, our nation's education system continues to thrive, withstanding challenges and advancing towards higher standards year after year. To all the teachers being honored here this morning, we express our deepest gratitude for your selfless devotion to this noble profession. Your dedication has transcended the mere classroom. It has moved beyond textbook knowledge. You have been mentors, role models, and sources of inspirations to generations of students and other colleagues, empowering them to reach for their stars, making their dreams a reality. You have done that. You have conquered the hurdles of each passing year, adapting to changing times, advancements in technology, and even the unforeseen global events that have disrupted the educational landscape. Through it all, colleagues, you have remained firmly committed, tirelessly working to provide quality education, never wavering from your passion and from the mission to unlock the limitless potentials within each and every student who comes across your path. What I see here this morning is the embodiment of excellence and perseverance. And of course, resilience, a word that we hear especially in this time. Your careers, colleagues, have been a testament to the transformative power of education, instilling knowledge, values, and life skills that transcend the boundaries of the classrooms, the walls in which you ply your trade. You are not only subject matter experts, but you have also nurtured empathy, creativity, and critical thinking amongst your students, equipping them with tools needed to navigate the challenges of this ever-changing world. Your impact extends beyond the walls of your classroom. It reverberates in your communities, the communities in which you serve, in the lives you have touched, and of course, in the future generations, the ones who Clayton calls the grandbabies. You will forever be indebted to the invaluable contributions you have made to our growth and the development of a future that we hope that will steer our country along a path that even if you are not here to see it, you will smile from the stars because you will be proud. You would have left an indelible mark, etching your legacy into the very fabric of this nation. Today, we pay homage to these extraordinary teachers, your colleagues. And let us also acknowledge the vital importance of recognizing and celebrating remarkable work done by our teachers each and every day. You are indeed the unsung heroes, the silent champions, the cheerleaders who cheer from the front and even the back, those who really seek the limelight but work tirelessly, expecting nothing much in return, but that the knowledge you have imparted would make a difference in the lives of those you interact with. Colleagues, it is indeed my honor to serve you as a reminder of the profound impact you have had on the countless lives in our country. So today I ask you to receive these awards as symbols of your incredible contributions, as beacons of hope, lighting the path for future generations of students, and of course, a legacy for future generations of educators. Your commitment, sacrifice, and passion for education have shone brightly throughout the years, and we are forever indebted to your service. Your dedication embodies the very essence of what it means to be a teacher, and for that, we are eternally grateful. Thank you, colleagues, and may the flames of the knowledge and wisdom continue to burn brightly within all of us. I wish for you long life and good health. Long live the Jamaica Teachers Association. Let us continue to unite and serve. I thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. And colleagues, if you are teachers or have been around them, you recognize that they are a special breed of people. We are arguably the only group that can be excited about the success of others. as we are about our own. As I went to my chair in the back, I received a text from a member of the audience who chastised me for not bigging up our trumpeter. I was told that the profile is in the document, and to be sure, I shall read it while I will ask if he has just one more song. That is well known, so I may accompany him. You see, I have to seek out these opportunities to showcase my talents. But I'll read this now and ask later for another song. Shamar Morrison is a fourth form student of the Wolmer's Boys School and actively participates in the music club and the joint cadet unit. He is a talented young musician who began playing the trumpet at the age of 11. He doesn't look much past that, no. Over the years, he has dedicated himself to refining his musical abilities through consistent practice and performances, both locally and internationally. Shamar has received numerous awards for his exceptional performances, including the 2023 All-Island Brass Instruments category in the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission Music Competition. He proudly represented Jamaica in the annual Martin Luther King Day Parade as a member of the Eastern Rangers Marching Band in Tampa, Florida. Shamar is committed to personal growth and strives daily to improve himself. Let us give Shamar a round of applause. At this time, we are at the place or at a time that you all came for. We are going to be commencing our awards. We'll invite our president to come back center stage. Come photographers, choreograph life. Kingston and St. Andrew, we're going to ask you to start lining up. They'll come from that end, they'll exit this end. Yeah. And I will invite Mr. Doran Dixon to call some names. Come, Sir Dixon, come to the podium. Yes, the lectern, come to the lectern.
Thank you, sir. Morning, everybody. Okay.
Mr. Dixon will do Kingston, St. Andrew, and St. Thomas.
Okay. Charmaine Ashman. "42 years. And a disclaimer, we have certified all the years of teaching, not the age of the person. Denise Brown, 36 years. Bridget D'Souza Pancho. Did I not say 38 years? Okay, me bad. Nadine Horton, 35 years. Vinette Lewis, 43 years. Donette Norman, 35 years. May Pinnock Mitchell, 36 years. Bridget Piper, 35 years. Bridget Piper. Marlene Stewart Campbell, 36 years. Merlene, my apologies. Thank you, Kingston. I now start calling St. Andrew. Beverly Bailey, 36 years. Karen Bailey, 35 years. Edith Barkley, 37 years. Eleanor Barton Sutherland, 38 years. Christine Bennett, 41 years. Sharon Black, 38 years. Dean Roy Brumfield, 36 years. Ava Campbell, 41 years. Colleen Campbell, 37 years. Marlene Campbell, 36 years.
Dakin. Not Dakin.
Claire Campbell Dakin, 39 years.
That's a group of 40 years, yeah?
All right. Why not Spence? Jacqueline Walrobe. Okay. Jacqueline Carby, 45 years. Shirley Carey Gaynor, 38 years. No? Adina Davis, 35 years. Karine Ferdonke, 37 years. My friend, you will forgive me? Ferdonke, okay. One of the good things about my relationship with the JTA is that I know all the awardees from a long time. Minister, I have been instructed to invite you on the stage at this point. Any error made is not mine, because in looking at the document, this is the person apparently with the most years. Thank you for accommodating us, Minister. Earl Fife, 46 years.
At the boss. You are up and up. Hold on a bit, yes. Yes. That's a real big man, Dora. Careful, Minister.
Thank you, Minister. Sylvia Green, 35 years. Jacqueline Greenland, 40 years. Yeah. Altia Gruber, 40 years. Derek Hall, 37 years. Shirley Henry Richards, 41 years. Christine Hunter, 36 years. Eureka James Cook, 35 years. Eaton Knight, 39 years. Janet Knight, 36 years. Nosburn Lee, Fillmore, McCarthy, 38 years. You are allowed, we must remind you, only 2 guests, and only the 2 guests are allowed to clap when they... Yasmin McCormack, 37 years. Rupert McCoy, 42 years. Merritt Mackenzie. It's L. Okay, Muriel, 37 years. Oh, that's our T. Brenda Lee McCluckin, 45 years. Minister, I'm again instructed to ask you to join because she's coming second. I apologize for all the persons who have 43 and 42. Right.
Yes, we'll call you again.
Yes, she was up here at
We'll call you again.
Yeah,
Ms. Carby.
yeah. So we probably will do. Okay. If the minister says so, we'll do it. Yes. Carby. No, the one we did the one before for Carby. And might I ask the politicians to stay for a little bit? And might I Minister, might I invite back on the stage Jacqueline Carby, 45 years. The minister would have it no other way. Where did she go? She wasn't here? I know.
She's on the outside.
We'll give her a minute. Yes.
Keep going until she gets it. Keep going.
No, but the minister. No, man, it's all right. Yeah, she's here. Thank you, Sister Carby, for coming back. Beverly. Where would they reach? Yes, sir. Brenda Lee. Okay. No. Thank you. Bless you, Minister. Thank you, Senator. Joan McLeod Thomas, 35 years. Beverly Miller, 40 years. Claudette Moore, 36 years. Yvonne Morsley Johnson, 37 years. Ingrid Newman, 39 years. Minister, might I take the liberty of inviting you back on the stage? Thank you. And Senator, you are to, yes. Judith Ann Nugent Carter, 45 years. Carol O'Connor Clark, 37 years. That's hers. Rose Purcell, 36 years. Michelle Roan, 37 years. Paulette Roberts Dowell, 39 years. Jacqueline Robinson Hunter, 38 years. Neville Rookwood, 39 years. Jennifer Savage, 36 years. Bridget Scott, 36 years. Sandra Shorter Kalu, 37 years. Maxine Steele Lawrence, 38 years. Annette Swaby Isaacs, 35 years. Dawn Thompson Clark, 37 years. Donna Tingling, 35 years. Wida Merle Williams, 36 years. Ingrid Wilson, 38 years. Donald Wright, 40 years. Lena Wright, 36 years. Thank you, St. Andrew. Give them a round of applause. I will now do St. Thomas. Rowan Bryan, 36 years. Donna Shippey, 37 years. Arlene Crawford, 38 years. Lawrence Graham, 37 years. Janita Lumsden Black, 37 years. Michelle Stewart, 37 years. Janice Williams, 39 years. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my list. And for those persons who would have been holding their breath wondering what I might say, nothing.
Good. Colleagues all, thank you, Mr. Dixon. Could we ask Mrs. Robinson to pay tribute to our president for the excellent job he did in being present in many photographs? While we arrange for Portland, St. Mary, and St. Anne, we will ask Mr. Spence to come to the lectern, and we will ask Mrs. Lisa Taylor, Assistant General Manager from the Jamaica Teachers Association Co-op Credit Union, to come be present in photographs. I think there was a dress code thing working out here, you know. In name Educom, new credit union. Name Educom now. Center was Portland and Center.
I'm in on the Port Center.
You are the Portland St. Mary Center.
Good afternoon, colleagues. We'll be recognizing the recipients from the region called the Northeast region. And we'll be starting with the beautiful parish of Portland, often referred to as the most beautiful. I'm sure that St. Anne have something to say about that. But I also have the privilege of calling St. Anne. Evelyn Davis. "36 years. Kay Glenny, 37 years. Gwendolyn Johnson, 35 years. Jennifer Johnson, 35 years. We now go to the recipients from St. Mary, very historic parish. Carlene Allen. "38 years," and I looked at the number of years and looked at Miss Allen, and I wasn't sure. And just to add that she's a former national athlete, and she still looked like she could go to Paris. Lorraine Comock, 35 years. Verna Harrison, 35 years. Annette Hendricks, 36 years. Andrea Mason, 35 years. Guyana Riley, 38 years. Rona Thomas, 37 years. Valerie Trusty Clark. Dorothy Mackie Gillett, 37 years. Gillett, thank you. Gillett. we'll now invite the recipients from the Garden Parish, St. Anne. And I recognize the parish president, Ms. Dillon. I heard her voice. And St. Anne has been doing extremely well this year. This year being the 60th year of the JTA. And aren't they looking lovely? Janet Barnes, 37 years. Jacqueline Brown, 41 years. Let's hear it for Jacqueline. Tabitha Chambers, 36 years. Sharon Lee Grant, 36 years. Valerie Palmer, 39 years. Geraldine Simmons Swaby, 37 years. Beverly V.H. Clark, 39 years. Colleagues, let's hear it from the recipients from the Northeast region.
Thank you, Mr. Spence. Unlike your predecessor, I needed not come here very quickly because it may have been raining where Doran was coming from, you know. And there's an old adage that it rains cats and something else. We don't want any of those happening. At this time, I will invite Ms. Rowe to say thanks to our presenter, Mrs. Lisa Taylor. While at the same time, I invite Mrs. Aniona Hunter-Jones from the Garden Parish, the school that bears the name of our first national hero. Aniona? Oh, she's here. She's here. Beautiful. Oh, picture. And Mrs. Jones will be doing Trelawney, St. James, Hanover, and Westmoreland.
Ladies and gentlemen, the honor is mine to announce the name of the single recipient from the parish of Trelawney, Holly Lindsay Holcomb, 36 years. From the parish, we have, do you see how quickly he jumped up to ensure that you got your award?
No, wait, colleagues.
Please do not.
Colleagues, could we rewind? Yes, could you come back? We're inviting Mr. Wilton South to be in these photographs. My
Sir
apologies.
South.
My apologies. I knew it was good to get the senator. Yes.
Sir South, thank you so much for sprightly skipping up to hand out the award to Mrs. Holly Lindsay Holcomb, 36 years of dedicated service. From the parish of St. James, Marcia Finletta Dixon, 41 years of service. Angela Gregg, 39 years. Ruth Kelly, 36 years. Joan McCurbin, also 36 years of service. Elmira Scott, 43 years. Elmira Scott is going to be honored for 43 years. At this time, Joan McCurbin, 36 years of service. Where was I 36 years ago? Contemplating whether or not teaching should be it. Elmira Scott, at 43 years, started teaching the year I was born. That means that we have been doing this one long time. But guess what? If God gives you teaching, you couldn't get years to look like the years, you know, one or the other. Sharon Thompson, 40 years of service. Ladies and gentlemen, those were the awardees for St. James. Marcia Finletta Dixon, 41 years. Angela Gregg, 39 years. Ruth Kelly, 36 years. Joan McCurbin, 36 years. Elmira Scott, 43 years. And Sharon Thompson, 40 years. You're talking about a couple hundred years of service from St. James. The parish of Hanover, Henrietta Clayton, 37 years of service. Merlene Hutchinson, 37 years of service as well. Strut your stuff, Miss Hutchinson, 37 years. Gorgeous. Our third and final recipient from Hanover, Joan Jackson Cope, at 36 years of service. Ladies and gentlemen, from Hanover, that would have been 110 years of service from these three educators. And of course, from the parish of Westmoreland, the lone recipient is not here. That person, Hopeton Perry, who did 37 years of dedicated service. Ladies and gentlemen, let's again applaud all of our recipients from Westmoreland, Hanover, St. James, and Trelawney.
Thank you, Madam Jones. And to say thanks to our picture presenter is Miss Simpson. Miss Simpson will say thanks to Mr. Wilton South. Colleagues, we now prepare ourselves for the last batch of recipients, St. Elizabeth, Manchester, Clarendon, and St. Catherine. To call those names, before we go, public service announcement. If you know your motor vehicle license plate, this vehicle has its windows down. 2593GU. 2593GU. And all I can say, it's a black vehicle. I really don't know anything else. We'll now invite Mr. Norman Allen to call out the recipients, and we will invite our President-elect, Mr. Mark Smith, to come be in photographs.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. We now announce the recipients for the parish of St. Elizabeth. Fitzroy Black, 36 years. Valerie Whiteley Staple, 37 years. Julie Stewart Lewis, 36 years. Marcia Taylor, 36 years. Recipients from the parish of Manchester. Iris Alice Samuels, 36 years. Rita Evans, 36 years. Gerzel Keppel Green, 36 years. Sigrid Miller, 36 years. And another recipient in the 40-year club, Millicent Watson, 41 years. Not here. Mala Wisdom Anderson, 36 years. Parish of Clarendon, Elaine Bailey, 38 years. Coral Bonner, 35 years. Melba Ford Woolcock, 37 years. I tell you. George Henry, not here. Charmaine Holmes, 39 years. Winston McFarlane, 37 years. Unfortunately, he's not here, but he has sent a representative. Yes, ma'am. And I asked Ms. Spirit just to leave that with Mr. Crawford because she's the next recipient. Paulette Peart, 36 years. Dudley Powell, 37 years. Judith Richards, 37 years. Anne Rowe. Wait, sorry, pause. Anne Rowe, 35 years. Paulette Stevenson Taylor, 37 years. Donna Taylor, 38 years. Doran, we now move to the parish of St. Catherine. Doran, that side. You good, boss? You good? Ready? Walk in there. We now announce the parish of St. Catherine. Georgette Campbell Walters, 39 years. Pamela Derrett, 36 years. Colette Furtado Price, 38 years. Give the P a hand for doing human service. Hold on, write it. Paula Forbes, 36 years. Sharon Forsyth, 38 years. Well, apparently somebody is here collecting on behalf of Ms. Forsyth. I know the recipients are looking quite young and lovely, but that one is a bit too young. Marva Goburn, 36 years. Vivian Good, 41 years. Yeah. Joycelyn Gordon Brown, 41 years. Opal Griffiths Salome, 35 years. Salome, okay. Salome. Shalom. Esther Jackson, 36 years. Velmore Lawson, 36 years. Evan McCoy, 35 years. Janet Peart McLeod, 41 years. Sandra Rowe, 36 years. Olive Sims, 36 years. Merelda Smith, 36 years. Raquel Wedderburn, 36 years. And we welcome our final recipient for the day, Marianne Williams.
Don't go yet, President-elect. We are inviting Ms. Thomas. Yeah, we don't. Ms. Thomas to say thanks to our President-elect. So that section of our program is now at an end. Let us have a round of applause for all our recipients. Murphy's Law says if it can go wrong, it will. I don't know the law which says lightning does not strike in the same place twice. I am hoping that one is also true. I now invite Mrs. Colette Furtado Price, principal of St. Jago High School, who who is too young to receive the award, but will be responding on behalf of the awardees. And please don't walk on the cracks.
Chairman, Mr. Clayton Hall, Deputy Secretary General, member of the JTA, Councillor Andrew Swaby, Mayor of Kingston and St. Andrew, Honorable Marsha Smith, State Minister, Ministry of Education and Youth, Senator Damian Crawford, Opposition Spokesperson on Education and Training, Mrs. Lisa Taylor, Assistant General Manager, JTA Co-op Credit Union. We need to speak about my show afterwards. Mr. Wilton South, General Manager, Tip Friendly Society. Our President, Mr. Leighton Johnson. President-elect, Mr. Mark Smith. Secretary General, Mr. Mark Nicely. Distinguished past presidents and specially invited guests. Good afternoon, I think. It is my distinct pleasure to reply on behalf of my fellow awardees this afternoon. We express our heartfelt gratitude to the Jamaica Teachers Association for conceptualizing and executing this ceremony to recognize our dedicated years of service rendered. Congratulations, colleagues. We did it. We have achieved an extraordinary milestone. And I'm truly hoping that you sat there, you were not on your phones, and you took it all in. You soaked up all the glory that was bestowed on us. To our speakers, you were great. Thank you so much. We truly appreciated your warm words of encouragement. And let me tell you something, awardees. Well, we will do it again, don't it? In the next life, we will teach again. Awardees, and I don't see Senator Crawford, but I do have it here because I personally want to thank you for your service. And I salute, I was a Brownie Girl Guide. Let me share a story. So this year, San Diego High School is celebrating 280th years of existence. So Champs Week, we branded it Spirit Week, and we invited all our past students to come in per era, whether the 70s, 80s, to share in devotion and to interact with the students. So of course the 2000s came, the 90s came, the 80s came, Monday through Wednesday. And I'm a past student, and then Wednesday afternoon, another teacher on staff who is also a past student came to remind me that on Thursday morning, the dinosaurs would be responsible for devotion. Yeah, dinosaurs. Referring to us who were in school at San Diego pre-80s. I was flabbergasted. I was not amused by this. And I asked for an explanation because, being referred to as a dinosaur in my estimation was no compliment. And indeed, it isn't. Because that reference to dinosaurs means antiquated and unable to adapt to change. Last week, I told someone about this function, and that I would be a recipient, and they kind of looked at me with some reservation. Yes, you see, colleagues, the fact is that some persons may be really referring to us, our 46 years, big up, what's his name? Yes, big up, sir, right? In whispered undertones, they're referring to us as dinosaurs. And when I looked in the mirror this morning, and when I came in this setting and I observed you out there and I saw you coming up to receive your awards, I couldn't make the connection. Not at all. I mean, yes, we may be dinosaurs, but in certain cultures, dinosaurs are the symbols of ancient wisdom, power, adaptability, and survival. Dinosaurs have the ability to evolve through different lifetimes or phases of existence. 46, 45, 44, 43, you know the drill. And we have dinosaured education all these years. What a milestone. We have evolved. We have impacted in ways we are conscious of and in ways we were not even aware of. We have made a lasting difference in the lives of our impressionable students, as in addition to imparting knowledge, we have nurtured the many talents of students and instilled in them values and respect in the face of the vices, especially in this era. We continue to use technology to chart the landscape of education and use creative methods to ensure that each student receives the best education. We have been tolerant. We have survived, remember, salary freezes, bonds, and of course, of late, compensation reviews. And we patiently embraced and adapted to new governance and accountability mechanisms that have over the years enhanced our pedagogy. NEI. And we finally figured out through the first-rate training we received from the Ministry of Education and Youth and its partners, Jamaica Teaching Council, the National College for Educational Leadership, and of course, this powerful organization that I am so proud to have been a member of for the past 35 years, the Jamaica Teachers Association. They have trained us, and we have become fonts of wisdom. Not because of our youth, but because of our years of experience, we are here today. Yes, so we stayed and did not seek opportunities in so-called greener pastures, but we continued to believe in that philosophy that every child can and must learn. And also, we believe and we know that through our practice, and we're going to be here, we have to fulfill that 2030 vision to make Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. That ultimately shows loyalty to this noble profession and our beautiful country. Yes, we've done it for the love, not for the likes. Today, we celebrate not only the years of service, but the quality of the service rendered that cannot always be quantified, for there is no way to truly measure the unstinting love which is the hallmark of our service as we worked tirelessly on the front line these past years. Our journey, therefore, is not only measured in years, but also in the pastoral care that have enriched the life of others and is aptly described by Leo Buscaglia, and I quote, "Too often we underestimate the power of a touch, a smile, a kind word, a listening ear, an honest compliment, or the smallest act of caring, all of which have the potential to turn a life around." Isn't that awesome? We express heartfelt thanks to everyone who participated in today's ceremony. It was really heartwarming, and I know that we feel motivated to go out there tomorrow. Yeah, we work on Saturdays too, even though we are on holidays, to continue the good work we have been doing. To all our specially invited guests and well-wishers, our husbands, our children, our siblings, our sisters, our mothers, our caregivers, our mentors, thank you for choosing to celebrate this milestone with us. We also want to thank our students and our respective school communities for their unwavering support that has helped us grow and excel as educators. Above all, we thank God for helping us to stay the course. Like St. Paul, we all can say today that we have fought a good fight and we have kept the faith. He has taken us through the challenges and limitations, especially those brought on by the recent global pandemic, and now looming will be our resilience to recover President-elect from the devastation brought on by Hurricane Beryl. Confidently, we will rise as we have been accustomed to doing. We have thrived on a journey where bonds were developed. And it has been our unyielding commitment and hard work that has fueled our collective achievements. Rooted in the fundamental principle of the desire to serve, we delivered on our corporate and ethical responsibilities. We have emboldened, we have empowered, and we have improved the quality of life for thousands of students, particularly the most vulnerable. And it is for these reasons that the deep symbolism of being the 2024 recipients of this prestigious Golden Torch Award is not lost on us. We are humbled by the opportunity, for the torch carries the light which will continue to liberate our people from the shackles of ignorance and give them hope. We have set the gold standard. And now, as the baton passes to successive generations of educators and to the next batch of Golden Torch awardees, we are confident that the excellence that gold symbolizes will continue to be the hallmark of all our lives. Thank you, everyone, especially my distinguished colleagues who were awarded this afternoon. Thank you for this beautiful ceremony, Jamaica Teachers Association, that will be forever etched in our memories. May we all continue to carry the flame of excellence, the flame of success, the flame of brilliance, and love everywhere as we unite and serve.
Thank you. Colleagues all, I think that deserves another round of applause. And we are doing well for time. Because you are the 60th anniversary awardees, you are a little extra special. So I have to share with you 2 new words. I know you teachers know these words, but the non-teachers in the audience may not be aware of them. We all have siblings. But how many of us know that there are nibblings and pibblings? There are nibblings and pibblings. So the nibblings are actually the siblings of your nieces and nephews. So your nieces and nephews are your nibblings, and your aunts and uncles are your pibblings. So today, we not only have sibling teachers, but we also have nibbling teachers. These are the teachers of teachers. No. These are the students of teachers who are teachers. Now, we have to make sure we get the definitions right. So the nibbling teachers are the students of teachers who are themselves teachers. Good. If that don't work out, we'll figure it out as we go along, as we normally do. Ladies and gentlemen, whenever we say thanks, it gives us the ability to internalize greatness. We are saying thanks today to individuals who have made this Jamaica the land that we would want to be in. The JTA has recoined the phrase of making Jamaica the place of choice. We have added just one. It says, we want to make Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, do business, and retire. Paul Adams, past president, added retire to it. He just did not copyright it, so it has not yet found its way into the 2030 vision. The last thing I will do, well, not last. I will remind you that we have print services outside for individuals who would want to get a printed photograph of a printed copy of their photograph today. And the last thing I will do is to thank the president-elect for thanking us, because nobody will come back to thank him. Let us invite our president-elect to bring the vote of thanks.
Thank you so much for thanking me. Thank you so much, Mr. MC, for thanking me in advance. Good afternoon, everyone. We do have a very exciting group of individuals that deserve every moment of today's proceedings that we have spent. Give a big round of applause. In the interest of time, I would like to recognize all of those individuals that have made today a truly extraordinary day, one filled with all the pomp and pageantry that you deserve as awardees. Ladies and gentlemen, I take up my task with a rich buoyancy of spirit to give the vote of thanks, to move the vote of thanks for what has been an extraordinary event. Big round of applause for the JTA in its 60th year. The human story of one of celebration, difficulty, and resilience. And as we gather here this afternoon and we celebrate the extraordinary contribution to nation building that all the awardees would have participated in, let us of course not forget the individuals across the island that have been suffering from the effects of Hurricane Beryl. But like everything else, the human story is one of resilience and overcoming adversity. And your lives and contribution to education has been that rich tapestry and that story that tells it all. 35 years is a lot, and as a minimum qualification to get into the ranks of these noble individuals. I always remember that it's important for us to enjoy things together individually. But guess what? We can only celebrate together. And so this afternoon, I want to especially thank Reverend Barrington Daly, pastor of the Convent Moravian Church, for, of course, bringing the invocation. Of course, our Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Clayton Hall, for doing an extraordinary job. Please put your hands together for him, always bringing timely humor and keeping it moving at a good pace. Of course, we were treated to greetings from the Honorable Stedman Fuller, Custos Rotolorum of Kingston, and Councillor Andrew Swaby, Mayor of Kingston St. Andrew. Of course, Ms. Marsha Smith, State Minister in the Ministry of Education. We thank you, of course, for your greetings. And we had an extraordinary item from the Wilmers Boys School by none other than Mr. Shamar Morrison. And of course, we have to recognize, I believe, his teacher or the individuals worked closely with him on that. Of course, greetings were also brought by Senator Damian Crawford and Mrs. Lisa Taylor from the JTA Cooperative Credit Union, and she's the Assistant General Manager there. And of course, Mr. Wilton South, General Manager of Tip Friendly Society, and we thank them. Of course, our sponsors are critical as we put together these amazing programs and celebrate the extraordinary work of our awardees. I also want to take the opportunity to recognize our president, and he has continued to champion the cause of our teachers, and we want to put our hands together for our president, Mr. Leighton Johnson. He reminded us that our awardees' impact goes far beyond the classroom and reverberates through the communities and indeed through time. And so I want to thank you all for the work that you would have done, and our president, I think, aptly underscored that fact. I, of course, want to thank all the other sponsors and, of course, the Pegasus Hotel for the work that they would have done in hosting us. And, of course, we pay handsomely for that. And, of course, I always remind that, that's not free. Of course, our decorators did an extraordinary job, and the sound technicians, videographers, all the friends and families that would have come out to really support. We thank you, we love you, and I want to once again thank you all for making today an extraordinary day. Long live the JTA. God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, by my timepiece, we are now at 4 minutes to 1. And I told a teacher that I would end at 1 o'clock. It means, therefore, that we are not yet ready to end. But unfortunately, we have come to the end of this ceremony. I want to wish you traveling mercies as you head home. Safe travel and walk good.